Okay, why do so many people hate on wedding photography? If you're one of those people, if you hate wedding photography, or if you're wondering like, hey, should I become a wedding photographer? I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why I love being a wedding photographer. For a long time, I was kind of embarrassed about being a wedding photographer. Like, what little boy says, one day, I hope I can be a wedding photographer. This is only temporary. I want to be a commercial photographer, advertising photographer. I don't want to be a wedding photographer. But my problem was the more that I shot weddings, the more that I liked them. And I was like, come on, why are you liking wedding photography so much? This is not part of the plan. And you might ask, Luke, why? Why do you love weddings? I heard that, like, sure, you can make some money on the weekends and it's great, but like such long hours, people are so like, so stressed. Why do you like it so much? Well, let me tell you. And so these are 10 reasons why I love weddings and why I think you should be a wedding photographer, or at least just shoot one or two in your lifetime. I never really realized this about myself, but I am definitely what you would call a hopeless romantic. I realized this while I was shooting receptions as like a 20-year-old college student and like crying through speeches. It's so beautiful. Realized I just love the whole wedding deal. I love. That's like the worst, corniest thing ever. Like, a wedding is celebrating love, and it's a party. And it's a lot of fun to be in that environment for your job. Secondly, shooting weddings is a really great, small, creative business if you want to work for yourself. All you really need is a half-decent camera with a great lens, and you're good to go. There's a lot of hard work. You have to create a portfolio, but it's a really easy and accessible creative small business to start. Number 3 is you get to be around a lot of happy people. Sure, people are stressed, and sure, it can be kind of overwhelming, but for the most part, people are at weddings to have a good time. They are happy, they want their photo taken, and if you can focus on that instead of the stress parts, then weddings can be a really great experience for both those obviously going to it and for you as the photographer. And number 3 is you get to be around a lot of people. This is like being around people for me definitely energizes me. It's definitely exciting. And so I love being around new people, and I love making them happy by taking their photo. Be like, hey, can I take your photo? This is a great photo. And then they're happy. Number 4, it teaches you to be very quick on your feet. The more that you do weddings, the more you become the master of plan Bs. You become a master of showing like you know what's going on and showing like you know exactly what's gonna happen, but inside, oh shoot, oh crap, oh shoot, oh crap, what's gonna happen? I gotta figure something. I gotta figure out a plan right now. What am I gonna do? And then you do figure it out, and you get really good at solving problems, figuring things out, thinking very quickly, because you have to. It's an event that's going and is not going to be put on hold, and you learn how to solve problems really quickly. Number 5 is that it teaches you to direct people. If you want to be any type of photographer, this is, I think, one of the most powerful things that shooting a wedding or being a wedding photographer can teach you, and that is how to interact with people. You have to interact with so many people at a wedding. You have so many opportunities to figure out what makes people most comfortable, how to get people relaxed in front of the camera. Number 6 is shooting weddings makes you learn to use your manual settings. There are so many diverse situations of lighting and backgrounds and movement and all of these things going on. Man, shooting weddings makes you, I think, an incredible photographer in terms of knowing your settings, because things change so much as people are moving from rooms to room, different lighting situations, inside, outside, rain, shine, sunset, cloudy. There's so many different situations as you're shooting a wedding. And as you do this over and over and over again, you realize that you have to be really good at figuring out what the settings are. You have to be good at setting manual settings, and it just puts you through camera boot camp. every time you shoot a wedding. And that is so, so good for you as a photographer. Number 7 is you learn how to use flash. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first started out being a wedding photographer in 2013, man, I didn't like using my flash. It was very overwhelming, very scary. But the thing is I realized that there are situations at a wedding where you have to use flash. My camera's ISO capabilities were not that great, so I didn't have the luxury of being able to just like jack up my ISO and not kind of destroying the image. And so I had to learn how to use flash. And you still do. You still have to use it at a reception. You still have to use it in dark situations or really weird mixed lighting situations. And again, putting yourself into a scenario, putting yourself into an event where you have to do something, you have no choice but to learn how to use flash and how to use it well. And shooting a wedding gives you so many opportunities to do that under pressure, which I think is one of the best ways to learn when you've gotta learn. Number 8 is that it is a great ego boost. Like, shooting weddings makes me feel good because everyone there is excited that you're there. They're excited that they're there. And who doesn't want to get a great photo of themselves? And as a photographer, it's really great to be able to serve so many people at a wedding. You're able to make so many people happy. And in return, they're really happy that you're there. And that makes you feel pretty good. Number 9 is that you get to shoot really beautiful things. This is one of my favorite things of shooting weddings, and that is being able to work with other creatives, other vendors that are just bringing their top game to a wedding. You have like florists, you have calligraphers, you have all of these different people bringing their skills into one event, and then you're the one that gets to like capture it all and then bring all those things together through the photography. And then number 10 is that I think being a wedding photographer, shooting weddings is a job, is a business, is an endeavor that has so much purpose. I think marriage is important. I think marriage is beautiful. And I think getting married myself really helped me see the full picture of what really happens at a wedding and what it really means to give your life to someone else. And so I think that's why it's awesome being a wedding photographer, because it has so much purpose in it. Not only do you get to experience something on a personal level, but you help couples, you help friends, you help families be able to experience that all over again for years and years to come. So if you've been ever toying with the idea, you're like, oh, I think shooting a wedding would be kind of cool. Do it. Do it. Like, try to find a friend, find someone on the internet and say, hey, can I shoot your wedding for free? So you can experience all the really cool things that I just mentioned. I think it's a really interesting genre of photography, and I think it's a really kind of powerful educational job in and of itself. You learn so much with every single wedding that you do. And if you haven't already, you should subscribe. You should hit subscribe, you should hit the like button if you like this video. I really appreciate you new subscribers. Welcome to the channel.